everyone, welcome back to another video. I don't know how many of you remember, but I have been working on a page in here and I haven't gotten around to finishing it. It was the page with the vanity on it and I have shown it quite a few times and I was just stuck on the vanity and the colors. I have also quite a few times in videos showed these Ohuhu glitter markers and everybody has said that they want to see me use them in a video. So I'm going to try to put both of those things together today in this video. I am going to swatch these out for you so that you can see what the colors look like first. And then I'm going to show you the page in Johanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder that I've been working on. And I'm going to try to fix what I started. I am going to have to come in and erase quite a bit and go back over it and figure something out. But I wanted to be able to do this with y'all in this video because I also wanted to show y'all that if you make a mistake on a page in a coloring book, you can always come back and fix it. So hopefully I can make something of the page and turn it into something beautiful. We will see what happens. If you check the description box down below, you will find links down there for my Facebook group, my Etsy shop, my email list, and my Patreon if you would like to support me there. I also now have channel membership. If you would like to find more information out about that, you can click the join button down below the video. Okay, so first I wanted to share these Ohuhu glitter markers because I have been using these and they are just really, really wonderful. And y'all, these have so much glitter in them. When you lay them down on your coloring page or the paper that you're coloring on, they just really, really shine. So I wanted to be able to share that with you today. And so we're gonna swatch them out first. And I have colored with these previously in a Hannah Carlson coloring book, and I colored a key. If you've not yet seen that video, I'll link that one in the upper right hand corner. But I think I did also in that video swatch them out, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it in this one as well because I think a lot more people are finding these markers now, and this way you don't have to watch two videos. So if you just want to see the coloring portion of this video, I will put timestamps and you can just use the bar down below the video and go to the coloring part of the video. So these markers say Ohuhu glitter markers on them. Like I said, they are very glittery. The barrels even have glitter on them. They're really pretty. It says here vibrant color, non-toxic, and fine tip. And then it shows you here on the back how to get them going. It just says shake it and then push and then write. And number 4 says recap. So this is the tip on the markers. Like it says, it is a fine tip. And I have already got this one going, so I probably don't need to shake it and pump this one. Let me see if I can find one here so that I could show you. I don't know that I have used this one yet. I think I've used quite a few of them, but anyhow, I'm going to show you how they work. All you do is shake them like this, pump them, and then the color will come to the top. But that is the color of this one. That's the purple. And oh my gosh, I see blue glitter in there. That is so cool. Like I told you all, these are just amazing. So let's go ahead and swatch the pink one. This one I already had going. Look at these beautiful vibrant colors. Let's go ahead and swatch the orange. I think this one needs to be pumped just a little bit more. But once you get the color down there, it is just really, really pretty. Once you get them flowing, they work really, really well. This one is the one that I've been using for golds, and I think this is the one that I'm going to be using in today's video. And it does look more yellow, but we're going to mix it with something else, and we're going to try to make it work. This one is the red. Oh, that one's flowing really nicely. Look how beautiful that is. And then we have silver. I need to get this one going. Oh, look at that color coming out of there. That is so sparkly. And then this one is also blue. And it's really, really pretty. And there is one more blue. So this is the other blue. But look at that color. These are just so pretty, y'all. I love these so much. And then we have green. I think this one needs to be shaken a little bit more and then pumped. So they take a little bit sometimes to get them going. But then once the color comes out, it is flowing really, really well. And I have purple. Let's see what this one looks like. I don't think I've ever used this one. So you can see how many times you have to pump it to get the marker going, but once you get it going, they work really well. This one's really pretty. That is a purple with pink in it. And then I think this is supposed to be black, either that or a dark gray, but that one's really super pretty too. And then I have this dark green. And See, sometimes they take a little bit to get going, but once you get them going, the color just comes right out and flows so nicely. But we have a darker green and then we have a lighter green. But those are all the colors and they are really super, super pretty. I just absolutely love these markers. So they are similar to a Posca, and I have a Posca here to be able to show you the difference. This is my fine tip Posca, and so I'll hold this really close so that you could see the difference in the tips of them. The Posca looks like it might be just a little bit pointier. I looked on Amazon and the Poscas do come in a glitter set if you wanted to go with the Poscas. I have not tried the Poscas in glitter. I only have one other colored set that is the same as my white Poscas, and I really, really love those. And I do plan on getting the Posca glitter, but I have not bought those yet. I really want to try them out, but if you are on a budget, these are more like $14, and you are getting, I think, 13 colors or 12 colors? 12 colors. So you're getting 12 colors in this set, and then the Posca glitter set that's available, you're only getting 7 colors, and I think those are right around $13. So you're getting more colors with these, and they are really nice markers. So I just want to hold these really close here so that y'all could see the glitter and how these shine. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. Let me move it up so you could see some of the other colors. But these colors are just really gorgeous. Let me turn it to the side. Oh, look at that silver. And the orange one, oh my goodness. But I think when I turn them to the side, y'all could probably see that glitter and sparkle. They are just amazing. So now I have pulled out Rooms of Wonder, and we're going to try to put these to the test and also try to transform this page that I started coloring and see if I can bring my ideas to life. So many of you have probably already seen this page. I finished all the wood grain on the wood paneling, and this picture just gives me really antique-ish, like vintage vibes. When I started coloring it, my idea for the vanity was that I wanted a white vanity, and I wanted to make it look like really old-timey, like sort of vintage. And I started laying the colors down, and I didn't like the way that it was turning out, because once I come in here and I color the mirror, it's not going to look good with the colors that I had chose, or the grays with the whites that I had chosen to color the vanity. So we need to switch it up from that just a little bit and completely change the color. So I went online and I pulled up some pictures of some antique vanities. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with the color that I am thinking about, but I even have this color in my whole entire bedroom set. It's more like that very vintage yellowed color. Now the picture that I pulled up is not a free image, so I can't share it here in the video, and I can't find any other image like this. And hopefully y'all can imagine or know what I'm talking about. But I'm just envisioning in my mind this vanity being that very vintage yellowed looking color with gold accents. And I'm going to try to use the glitter pens to create some of the gold accents. My plan is to make these in gold and these in gold, and possibly like the fronts and such here. And then all the rest of it, I have put together some colors, and I tested them out a very little bit here. Now I did have to come in and use my eraser, and I had to erase a lot of what I already did. And I wanted to be able to show y'all that when you feel like you make a mistake, it's not that big of a deal. I have this eraser here. The whole top has now come off, but it says Fractise. It's one of my favorites for pulling up the color in large areas. And so I'm going to show you that the color does come up, and it comes up wonderfully with this eraser. I will have this eraser linked in the description box below so that you could find it, but you can see that this is just pulling up the color so easily to where I can just come back and color right over what I had already colored. But I'm going to pull up all the grays that I previously laid down, and then I'm going to come back and try this other color combination that I chose to make it look like that vintage yellow. And then we're going to add gold to it, and I'm going to see what I can come up with. But you can see that a lot of the color has come up. I think I left a little bit right here in this corner. But the color comes up enough for you to be able to lay another color right over it. And I think I got here into the wood, and so I'll just have to come back and fix that, but that's okay. And then I chose some colors and I matched them up to the photo that I found online. A lot of them are very, very light. So I grabbed my artichoke so that I can add a little bit of shadow, and I'm just going to go over very, very lightly with that one. But I have cream, eggshell, and sand. And we're going to see what we could do with these colors. I did test it out just a little bit right here. One of these colors I think went a little bit too dark, and I don't want to go that dark necessarily. I might have to come back and take a little bit of it up. I think that might have been the sand. We'll see what happens. I think it probably will have to be darker in some areas, and I still really want the gold to stand out. But we're going to have to do something with the gold too, because this one is not a true gold, even if it's meant to be. I may try a little trick and go over it with something else. We're going to see what we can come up with. I have a little bit of a plan, but not a full plan, and I have no idea where this is going to go. So I zoomed you in just a little bit, and I think that I'm going to start with the cream, and I'm just going to lay this color right here on top. Okay, so let me come in here and do the top of the vanity, and I'm just going to cover all of this with cream, and then all through here. I think I want this edge here to be gold. So I'm just trying to find a balance in the colors as I lay them down. And I'm starting to think this darker yellow here might not look so bad. I did create a lot of that with the artichoke by going over it very, very lightly. So let me come down here and just do the legs of the vanity with the cream. I think I want the bottoms of the legs to be gold. So I'm going to not cover all of that. And then all of these little things here are going to be gold as well. Now, hopefully with these lighter colors, I'll be able to cover some of this because I'm still seeing a lot of that gray in there. Let me see if I could get it up. Okay, it came up a little bit more. Maybe I never tried. So let's just finish up the legs of the vanity. And then we need to do the chair. And I think I want this very small piece right here to be gold. This color here is eggshell. And this is what is going to make it look a little bit closer to that antique looking yellow that I'm imagining in my head. But the cream is going to make for a very nice highlight. I'm not sure yet if I'll need a darker yellow because I really kind of like this. I'm really starting to think this should have been my main color, but that's okay. If I decide to cover a lot of the cream with this, the paper will still take more layers. And see how things change as you start to color. That always happens to me. I will start coloring and then I will change it up as I go. And I think this color is going to do much better than what I had previously chosen. I'm already starting to love the way that it looks. Oh, I didn't do down here. Now see, down here underneath, I'm just going to do all of this with the eggshell because this is going to be quite a bit darker because I would imagine a whole lot less light is hitting underneath here. But I definitely think that I like the eggshell better. It looks so much more like that vintagey yellow color that I'm thinking of. So I think I have actually covered a lot of the cream, and this color is quite a bit darker. So here where I still had a little bit of gray where the eraser didn't completely take it up, I was able to go right over that. And this is sand. This one has a lot more of that yellow in it, and we're definitely going to need that artichoke to really intensify a lot of those shadows. You'll probably see once I bring that color in that there is a huge, huge difference. And I think for the video, I'm just going to color the bottom part of the vanity. Otherwise, this video would be super, super long. And I know so many of you tell me, I love the longer videos. But it takes such a long time to edit longer videos, and I just finished doing my favorite coloring supplies of 2022 and my favorite coloring books of 2022, and those videos took so long to film and edit. So I wanted to do something that didn't take as much time today. And I think this one's still going to take a lot of time. I don't think I know how to do videos that are less than 30 minutes. Every once in a while I do, but not too often. Now I have my artichoke, and I'm just going to come in here and start to use this to add a little bit of depth. And like y'all see me do quite a bit, I'm going to use this just to line some of these areas. And I'm just trying to do this in a lot of the corners, but I think this is making a huge difference. It's the combination of the colors that is creating the look of that more antique yellow that you would see on a lot of those vanities from years and years ago. And actually, My bedroom set is this color. I love that antique vintage look, and I've had my bedroom set for years and years, and I absolutely love it. Let's come down here and see if we could add a little bit more depth into these areas. And y'all, you can see how long my artichoke pencil is. I never use this color. I don't know why. It's just not a color I normally go for, but I knew that it would look great in this color combination with a blend of these colors. And it's really changing it up nicely and giving it the look that I was going for. So I'm much happier with this result than I was with the grays. I was just trying to make it white before, and it just wasn't working out the way that I wanted it to. But look how gorgeous the blend of these colors is. I absolutely love it. Now y'all, if I come over it with those Ohuhu glitter markers and I ruin what is going so well, I'm gonna be so upset. We will see what happens. I have not tried markers in this book yet. So we're going to see together what happens. So this whole panel over here is going to be gold. I'm not sure if I might have to bring a brown in, maybe chocolate or something. I guess we'll see as we go. But I honestly think artichoke was the color that brought all this together. It's really starting to look like what I had envisioned. But I think I might need to put a little bit of brown over the top of it. We will see what happens. But you all know I need to have a ton of depth. And no matter what it is I'm doing. So around all of these little things that are sitting on the vanity, I just want to have a little bit more depth behind these. I don't think that I had laid any color down here, so let me add my other colors and blend some of this out. So I had forgotten this one leg of the chair, and so I'm just coming in here and adding some color to this one. And this one had a lot of gray on it down here that didn't come off, so I'm going to add a little bit of extra of the artichoke just to try to fix that. I have the sand, and I'm just going to pull the artichoke out just a bit and blend it in. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the gold. Now I'm going to be using the Ohuhu glitter marker, and this is going to go down looking much more yellow. So I am going to probably go over it with pencils, but I do want to still be able to see the glitter that comes from the glitter marker. So I'm going to start laying this down everywhere that I'm going to want this color. And when these are done, they're going to look like a much darker gold. And when you're using these, you want to make sure that it looks really smooth and try not to go over the areas that you've already gone over. Be really careful to do that. But this is pretty. I mean, it looks gold. It does look a little bit more yellow, but it still looks gold. But y'all are going to see what I do to make it really look gold. I don't know if y'all could see that on the camera, but these are super, super glittery. I do also want the edge here to be gold, so I'm going to color that in. I just totally messed up and laid the glitter back behind here, or the glitter pen, and I did not want to do that, so we're going to figure out how to fix it, or maybe it won't be noticeable when I'm done. We hope. Oh my gosh, I have a little key there. That's going to have to be gold too. I'm going to have to figure out how to make that look like a different gold than the rest of it. Or maybe I can make a silver key. And I have not decided yet what I'm going to do with the knobs. I have some colors here, and we're going to start going over everywhere that I laid the marker, and we're going to make this look a lot more gold now. So I have goldenrod, and these Ohuhu markers work wonderfully with Prismacolors. So I'm just going to need the goldenrod and then probably some jasmine. Here's the jasmine, and then I have light umber. And these colors should make it look really, really gold, but I really just want to make these look like they're gold panels. And then over here, I'm going to add a little bit of the dark umber and the goldenrod. Now, like I've showed you all in previous videos, the goldenrod is the key color to making something look gold. I think right now it just looks a little bit too yellow because of that glitter pen. But we're going to fix that. See how it's changing so much how the glitter pen looks, and it's really giving it that look of gold. And now I have the jasmine, and I'm going to blend a lot of that out. Look how much better that looks now. And I'm just going to go through and do that to each one of these panels. And it's just sort of making it look more like an antique gold. And you could still see that glitter. I absolutely love it. Well, I had my doubts, but I think that it's going to look okay. So again, I'm using the light umber and I'm just going around the edges where I want to create a little bit more depth. And then I have my goldenrod and I'm going to blend that color out just a little bit. I'm trying to just get rid of that yellow tint from the glitter markers, but I want the glitter to still stand out, and I could definitely see the glitter. That's why I love those so much. But I think those look really, really good. I love how they're turning out. I'm just going to have to figure out how to do a lot more depth over here in these areas on the other parts of the vanity. So I'm going to go through and just continue to come over all the places where I have the glitter marker. And I'm going to speed it up to music while I do this. On this underside of the dresser, I'm going to go ahead and try to add quite a bit more depth in here. I'm going to use the light umber along with the artichoke and see what I can do here. Now I'm going to use the sand and I'm just going to blend some of those colors together. And a very little bit of cream here in the center. Like I said earlier, this part of the vanity is the underneath part of the vanity, so there's going to be a lot less light coming in there. And then I also want to come in here very lightly with the light umber and just go right along here, holding my pencil sideways and going very lightly right here where the stool is leaning in front of this. And that will help to create the separation there and make it look like the stool is sitting to the front of the vanity. So I have never ever used my bronze Prismacolor before, and I'm going to try to use the bronze to just add a little bit more depth here. And I think that might actually be working. I don't know, I was trying to avoid using a brown, but it just really needs a whole lot more depth, and I need to be able to create the separation between these areas, but I don't want to use the same shades of the color that I used in the two separate spaces. So planning this out, y'all, is a chore. So I'm going to come up and around in here with the bronze and add a little of this and see what happens. I mean, I may still have to go ahead and use the light umber, but this is changing it up just a bit. I think I am going to need something darker here. Let me see what I could do with the light umber. This is making a bit of a difference. I think this color is actually adding the depth we needed. I just didn't really want to make it too dark. Let's go ahead and grab the cream and blend this out just a little bit. And here I messed up because I accidentally put the marker in that space where I didn't want it, but hopefully you can't tell. I mean, you can tell because I told you. Or maybe saw me do it, but it's all about learning how to fix your mistakes. So now I need to work on creating a little bit more depth on the stool. And so I am using the light umber, and now I have the sand. So here where I added a lot of the light umber, I need to come back and just blend this out just a little bit so that way it does not look brown. And I'm using the sand to do this. Now I'm using the cream and I'm just going to pull some of these colors through, go over them and blend them out. Finished the video and I just didn't want to leave this undone. So I'm going to finish the outer parts of the mirror and I'm going to speed it up to music so that y'all could see everything come together. To see that It is okay to make a mistake and not like what you did, because you can just use an eraser and come right back and pick it up. And over here where I made a mistake and laid the glitter pen, I was able to fix that. I really do like the way that it turned out. I didn't know where I was going with this when I first started. I just had a thought in my head. I pulled up a picture on Google. So when you pull up a reference image on Pinterest or Google, use that photo to give you ideas of what you want for the object you're coloring on your coloring page. Don't ever expect it to come out exact, because usually it's not going to look exactly like whatever you're looking at. But I was able to get an idea for colors. I was able to test out my Ohuhu glitter markers and use them the way that I wanted to. I really, really love those in the coloring books, especially with colored pencils. You could see how this one really looked very, very yellow, and I was able to tone it down with the Prismacolors by just going over it and add a whole lot more depth and really just bring it to life. I need to come back and finish the doorknobs. I haven't decided what I want to do with those yet. But that's pretty much been the premise of this entire page, doing something and not having any idea where I'm going to go with it. So as I move along, we'll see what happens. I do need to finish coloring in the mirror, and I think I'm going to do that after I'm done filming. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Everything that you've seen me use in this video, I will have linked down in the description box below. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy coloring. Bye.